people, this is Neha and welcome to my another video. Today we will talk about the basic necessity of every human being, which is sleep. And it is also something that we all love to do, isn't it? So what exactly is sleep? Sleep is the natural state of restfulness. But unfortunately, few of the people out there are not getting that quality sleep. Is it always about sleeping for 8 hours, 10 hours, or even 12 hours? No, it isn't. Quality matters over quantity. And because of our lifestyle habits, our sleep is getting affected very badly. So let's go ahead and look at those factors which are affecting our sleep. Number one, exposure to bright light. Towards the end of the day, how many of you would prefer watching a Netflix series or read a book in your tablet or even text your loved ones as you fall asleep? Most of the electronic devices emits light which is in blue spectrum. And what happens is there are photoreceptors all over your skin which detects not just the natural sunlight but also this artificial light. And it thinks that it's daytime. So now you have confused your photoreceptors. And in turn, they will send signals to your brain saying that it's still daytime and I don't want to sleep yet. And brain acts accordingly and it doesn't give out any signals for pineal glands to produce melatonin, which is a hormone which is very much important to induce sleep. If the melatonin levels are lesser in our body, we don't really feel like sleeping. So what we can do about it? So I have this routine. After sunset, I don't really expose myself to bright blue lights. So I turn off all the lights which are very bright and keep the mild ones. And also I have this habit of turning on reading mode in my phone so that I can see the black and white screen instead of that blue bright screen. Also I avoid using my laptop until and unless it's an emergency. So the trick is get some natural sunlight in the daytime and avoid exposing yourself to the bright blue light towards the end of the day. This will send out signals to the brain to produce more of melatonin and hence more of quality sleep. If you're thinking, what do I do after sunset? Keep this time for your family and friends. Spend some quality time having good conversation. Or do some activity which doesn't include digital electronics. Number two, food and water. What we should have for our dinner and when we should have it is still a debate. But what I can say is we should have a bigger meal at least 3 hours before our bedtime. Because the sole purpose of sleeping is restfulness. That is, body undergoes certain processes like cellular detoxification and rejuvenation so that it prepares the body for the next day. So body has to concentrate on these processes rather digesting the food which you had just before going to the bed. But there is one more factor which controls our sleep, that is blood glucose level. If you have type 2 diabetes or high metabolism and choose to have your dinner earlier, 3 to 4 hours before your bedtime, you will end up having hypoglycemia, that is low blood sugar levels in your body leading to hunger pains. And when you are hungry, definitely you will have to get up to eat food. But if you're like me, whose blood glucose levels are not so unstable, then definitely you can opt for having early dinner. In fact, even if I fast for more than 14 hours, I'll still be okay. I usually don't do dinners. It will be a small snack which I have in evening by 5:30 and that will be the last thing that I eat in a day. But not everybody will be like me, especially type 2 diabetic people. If they choose to have early dinner, they will end up waking up in the middle of the night to have some food. So it becomes very much important that they have small snack few hours before they go to bed. A snack could be any food which is rich in potassium, magnesium or even melatonin, which relaxes and prepares your body to fall asleep. For example, you can have banana, avocado, pista or any nuts. Okay, this was about the snack. But what we should be having for our dinner, which we will have 3 to 4 hours earlier than our bedtime. Definitely we need to avoid processed foods like popcorn, chips and sugary drinks, etc. And also having heavier meals is definitely not suggested. including heavy protein meals. Because our body has to concentrate on rejuvenation and rebuilding rather digestion. So what you can choose for your dinner is complex carbohydrates. Yes, you can definitely have carbs at night. Complex carbohydrates with little fibers and protein will be a great combination for your dinner. Okay, this was all about food, but what you also have to take care of is your water intake. If you're consuming too much of water, you will get an urge to urinate in the middle of the night and then you will have to wake up for using bathroom. And at the same time, if you're having lesser water, you will become thirsty and you have to wake up to drink water. So find a balance and drink water accordingly. Number 3, caffeine. People have this habit of consuming a lot of caffeine to keep them active. Some people even say that they will sleep when they are dead. But it doesn't happen that way. If you don't take constant breaks by shutting down your brain, you will have to take a permanent break sooner than you expected. Our brain needs to relax. It can't be going on and on and on all the time. Though caffeine gives you that boost, it's like a battery. Once the power is totally utilized, our brain will be crushed. So stop consuming coffee at least 5 to 6 hours before your bedtime. Number 4, temperature. In summers, we all have experienced this. We constantly keep waking up throughout the night because we would be sweating. So temperature plays a major role in giving us the good quality sleep. Make sure that your room temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius and not too hot. If at all it is less than 12 degrees Celsius and more than 23 degrees Celsius, it will be very difficult for us to fall asleep. Along with room temperature, it is also necessary to take care of your body temperature. If at all you feel that your body temperature is slightly increasing, it's a good idea to take a cold shower before you sleep. Number 5, stress. Whatever problem you choose, stress will be one of the main causes. It plays a huge role in affecting our health. Because as the stress increases in your life, the cortisol hormone levels in our body increases. Cortisol hormone is nothing but a stress hormone. Whenever the stress hormone increases in our body, it activates sympathetic nervous system, which means the brain can't shut down. It comes to an active mode. So whenever you're in that active stage, you can't really get some quality sleep. So the only solution is to bring down your stress levels in your life through some mindful practices like meditation, pranayama, yoga, or even some workout. Number 6, alcohol. Few people have this habit of consuming alcohol right before their bedtime, thinking that it would induce some sleep. But passing out is totally different from sleeping. What we need to understand here is consuming alcohol is interfering with the basic purpose of sleeping, that is to revitalize your body. When you're asleep, the body undergoes detoxification process, and by consuming alcohol, you are putting in more of toxins. So I hope you consider this factor next time you're trying to have alcohol right before your bedtime. Number 7, random sleeping time. Our body likes homeostasis. Our brain doesn't really like the fact that you sleep at 10 p.m. one day and 1 a.m. the next day. It won't be able to create a fixed sleeping pattern in its memory. So that would affect your sleep a lot. Hence, we should be acting according to the circadian rhythms. That is, sleep early and get up early. Number 8, physical activities. If you involve yourself in vigorous physical activities by the end of the day, like heavy strength training or CrossFit or spinning or some other activity which demands a lot of energy, your core body temperature raises. And also, it will lead to a raise in cortisol hormone, which is stress hormone. And we all are very well aware of how cortisol and core temperature increase can affect our sleep patterns. So stick to doing low intensity yoga or some breath work rather doing high intensity workouts. Alright guys, that's it for today, and I really hope these informations were helpful for you. This was just a part of the whole sleep series that I would be doing in coming days. I will be talking about when to sleep, when to wake up, how you can wake up early, and how many hours to sleep, etc. So, stay Stay tuned. Namaste.